everybody, welcome back with the Plapper. Platypus is the name, and today we are talking DVESHA, the painting boss in the new challenge mode, or the new, rather, event. Yeah, you know, I am releasing this a little bit late. There's only 5 days left in the event as of the video going live here. But I did want to make sure I actually knew how to do the fight. So I have cleared this all the way up to level 30, which you can see here. On normal mode and in challenge mode, you can only access this version if you beat it here. So I have beat it. There is no reason to do 26, 7, 8, 9, or 30. I kind of wish they had something there, like a badge or something, but there's literally no reason. So for today's purposes, we are going to be talking about level 25, because level 25 is where you cap out on getting the currency for the shop when you're spending your energy. But we're not actually going to talk about the energy fight too much, because the non-energy fight is just straight up harder. It's literally just a fight, but it's harder. Once you actually beat it and you spend energy, you get an effect where you just basically take no damage and deal a lot more damage. So you could auto farm it very easily. It's actually kind of a fun way they do that. So we're going to go over, I guess we'll go over kind of two teams here. The pay to win team, the one I did level 30 with, isn't as relevant. I did go through with it as well as a team that I would consider free to play. However, well, there's a little bit of a caveat there. So this is my pay to win team here. This is the team I used to clear level 30. We are using our boy Joker. When I say Joker, I mean Wonder, Fox, Yuki, and then Sumi. People sleep on Sumi a lot. I think the reason people don't use Sumi is because no one has Sumi built. But Sumi is really, really good for this fight, actually. And I did use him to clear rank 30 because he's great single target curse damage, which is very good for this fight, which we'll talk about in a second here. But for all intents and purposes, this is the team that I'm going to consider my free-to-play team. Now, again, right, you're not probably going to have Sumi A6, you're probably not going to have Soy A6, and you're probably not going to have Ann A3, all right? And you're probably not going to have Puppet A6. I acknowledge this, all right? I understand. So this is, my power level of this team is going to be higher than on your team, but I don't think that this was close enough to really be like, oh crap, man, that we barely made it there. So this team, I think, is going to be super, super good. So what is each character doing? Why do you need them? And who could they be replaced with? We got Wonder. Pretty much always, unless you're memeing or you just want to have fun, which is crazy in a video game, I know. You're going to use the all-in dagger, make everyone stronger, just have their defense, their survivability. You're going to run Norn, so you can give everyone shield to help them stay alive. And then if you are a high enough level, I recommend Belial. You might also want to run something like Set, some sort of single target damage dealer to help. You could also run your main boy here. He is pretty good as well. This is how I'm running Wonder. You want mostly support, but also it is nice to have a little bit of single target damage to kind of help on the awkward turns. Ann is basically, so you want an AoE damage dealer that does fire, ice, or I believe it's wind, if you take a look here. Basically someone to take down the eyes, right? So you want an AoE damage dealer that's going to do between physical, gun, fire, ice, lightning, wind. So you could also use Mohota. You could also use, I mean, you could use Key. Key's probably like not as much damage as Ann, but it is something that is doable. But basically what you want is an AoE damage dealer. So Fox is obviously very, very good for this. There's not a ton of AoE damage dealers, like obviously Joker, but he's the wrong element. You could use the one attack on this guy, but it's not really what he's built for. So there's just not a lot of great options. So if you're not going to go with the AoE, you could go with instead like Wind Boy to do single target down one eye, single target down the other eye, but you would probably prefer just an AoE character like Ann. I think she's probably going to be best in slot on like a free-to-play team, since most people probably have her at this point. Sumi is very good. You basically want a single target damage to kill the nose. So if you come over here and look at the nose, he is basically the opposite resistances, right? Although you could easily use Ryuji. You could use the main character, you know, Wonder, but it's a little awkward. But anything that does single target damage. Now, I honestly just think Sumi is probably the best here, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with using Ryuji. If you have him, Ryuji might even be better. It's a little awkward with him having to take a turn off to attack, but still absolutely good. And then again, there's not a ton of options because we're still pretty early in the game. So this is a fight where I think Sumi is borderline best in slot. Of course, Joker works as well. Joker has a single target attack, and then he could absolutely help kill the mouth at the end as well. So very good. And then finally here we have just some sort of support, right? This could be Marion, if you have her, this is to help keep people alive while also dealing damage, lowering defense, helping pick off things, and dealing a little bit of damage here. So mostly support. I like leaning towards a survival support because this is not a fight that you need to beat fast. You have, I think it's 80 actions, maybe 120 actions. Not something you really need to worry about. I'm also running Puppet for that exact same reason, because I'm just trying to stay alive and make sure no one dies, because this is not like one of those guild fights where you have to do the most amount of damage you can in 5 turns. This is like you got 80 actions and all you have to do is win. You don't get any bonus points for winning quickly. So as once you clear it, then you're good, and because then you can auto farm it pretty easily. So this is the kind of free-to-play team I'm recommending using. I think they're all good. I think Soy is the most flexible spot here. You could easily use something. You could probably even do like a Leo, but I would be a little careful with that. You could easily run Yuki, and you could run like Lufel as well as a healer to support Anne. Lufel I don't particularly like because one, mine's only level 60, but it just, Lufel is so squishy, man. My Lufel dies a lot. You could run Morgana. I like Morgana a lot. I know a lot of people meme on Morgana, but that's the kind of stuff I would run. So let's go into the fight. I don't know if I want to do the whole fight right now because I did it on stream, but I don't know. Maybe it is good just to show you the fight here. So I'll give you a quick rundown of the basic mechanics of the fight, and then I will basically give you a sign out, and then you could watch the full fight if you want. So there's 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. The left eye or right eye, you know, whatever, our left, his right. This one is going to attack. It just do a little bit of damage, honestly not threatening at all, but it has the repair ability and it has a little bit of a cooldown, so you got to watch out for that. The other eye here, this is the one that is buffing, it decrease our defense, raise allies attack, and also has the repair skill. The nose has a weak wind attack that hits everybody. It's not that weak, but it's not that strong. But what's important about the nose, all 3 of these modify the mouth in a different way. So the nose makes the mouth immune to all damage, all right? So as long as the nose is alive, you literally cannot defeat the mouth. So you could like apply curse stacks and burn stacks, but essentially your goal is to hit the nose, that way you can then hit the mouth. The eyes, for each eye that's up, it will give the mouth an extra attack. So the mouth basically gets to bite, and if it has 2 eyes, it'll do like 3 bites. It'll do 1 normal bite, and then it'll bite for the eye, bite for the other eye. So this can be quite a bit of damage output, which is why I like to lean towards survivability. But the basic strategy is going to be use single target damage to kill the nose as fast as you can, then use AoE damage to hit all of them, you know, with like your fire damage. And then as they're reviving, try to kill the nose as they come back up. Sometimes you're going to end up healing the nose or the eyes, you know, for doing this attack or the other attack. But your main goal is break the nose, start doing AoEs, he'll revive the nose, break the nose, do AoEs, do that kind of stuff. So we're going to just jump straight into it. I'm actually not even going to go defensive. I'm going to play it a little bit more risky. But that's the basic goal of the fight, and it's honestly not too hard at all. But this will also give me a good chance to showcase Sumi here. Our goal is to break the nose. We're not going to do it very good on the first turn. Sumi gets quite a bit stronger as the fight goes on. And I could just do straight up more damage, but you know what? Even though I said I'm going to play more defensively, I've already lied. I am going to tank it up. And this is a little awkward for Anne. I actually think I will do my single target attack up here for now. Not very good, but I don't want to heal the nose. But also AoE is just like really good. So he's going to end up doing his thing, right? He's going to attack 100,000 times. So once you start killing parts, you're in a much happier spot in general. This one does the defense down, and then this one does an attack. Ain't nothing. We're good. I honestly don't even remember what that lock-in does, and I know that's like pretty lame to say, but I honestly don't remember. It's not been relevant. I think it must be who the mouth is attacking. Actually, I guarantee that's what it is, because it's locking on, right? So that each one of these lock-ons is what the mouth is going to attack next. So we are going to attempt to break this nose. I think I am going to hold off here. One thing that Sumi is kind of awkward with in this fight is he will use his follow-up attack sometimes to, like, if this thing's dead, sometimes he'll hit an eye by mistake with his follow-up attack, which is super lame. But honestly, that's something you got. I'm willing to put up with that. So now he's going to get 8 charges here. He's going to do his follow-up hit. Bada bing, bada boom. Dead. And now we are free to do our AoE attacks. I am going to prioritize. Does it matter? I don't even know. Who did I bring? Increase party's attack. You know what? Let's do a nice little party attack because it lets us get a little heal off while we do it as well. And now we will Crimson Rose. They are going to revive the nose, but it doesn't revive with full HP or anything, so we will be totally set. They spend their turn repairing it. It is a lot of healing, don't get me wrong, but it's really not that big of a deal. We're going to get Thunder clapped here, but again, we're going to be fine. And if you have Marion, this is going to be even easier. So he had to spend his turn, it looks like, healing, so it didn't even like work out for him in the way he wants. Bada bing, bada boom. We could also use the gun here, which would be way more powerful, but this is fine as well. Lay the old smack down. And then he goes up to 15, but he doesn't go yet. This is an A6 specific because it doesn't have, like, he doesn't get those stacks until after, like, this happens. It's a little awkward, but it's really not too bad. We are going to help deal some damage to this boy here, and then the nose is going to die right here to this attack. And now, again, we're just basically working on the rest of the fight now, right? We're getting the damage while we can, and we're killing the nose, and it kind of just keeps them awkward. And honestly, our boy is really, really good at killing the nose. I think this sets one. Is this one the one that sets them on fire sometimes? Yeah. So if you kill an eye, it is actually pretty good because they will prioritize healing the nose, but the eye just, then it means they're not healing the eye, right? Because they don't heal multiple body parts every turn. Then also, I believe it's on a cooldown. Once you get up to the higher level, like level 30, they seem to do it literally every turn. But as you can see here, this is honestly, I don't want to say it's cake because like I understand that my account is strong because I've spent money. Especially with like high rank characters and I'm level 70, right? But I think this general strategy will work for you just fine. And you know what? Let's, Sumi, do me a favor here and target this, would you? Let's see if Sumi targets the right guy. If he doesn't, it's okay because his turn's coming up, but we could do this here. He's at 39 stacks. Good job. Look at that. Go, Sumi. Go, Sumi. Go. And now he gets to just do this, and the fight is basically over. You do another follow-up. Bada bing, bada boom. 21 thou. Not too bad. I appreciate you. And yeah, we'll go ahead and hit this. You're going to actually heal them now because you're a dummy, and that's my bad. I probably gave you too many stacks. Crimson Rose should kill one of the eyes. Okay, it's not. So the eye is going to bring back the mouth, but the mouth doesn't get its turn right away. So we're going to, again, we're totally fine because the mouth, they're all weak to Ann at this point, and so we're really not in any issues. The one thing we do want to watch out for is the mouth getting its, hitting these eyeballs with Sumi. We do want to be careful, so we're going to come back down here and make sure he's targeting the correct character because he always uses his follow-up on whatever he targeted last. And so this is going to be cake. You know, we'll even use bullet time here. It hits all 3 of them. That's got to be good. And then do you finish the job right here? Boom! Almost. Oh, you did actually. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and give you the old 1-2. Buckle my shoe. I know you don't do that much damage, but you should get it within range of death for Ann doing it. And then Ann, go ahead and finish the job with your falling sun. There we go. All right, and that's the fight. So you can see here, hopefully this was helpful. You know, I consider this free-to-play units, although I'll acknowledge my team is not free-to-play again. But that's a general strategy you want to use. Sumi is very, very good for the nose. Again, you just want single target damage nose. Ryuji would obviously work incredibly well, as long as you're doing, you know, big single target hits. As far as like the other elements, right? Like there's not a whole lot of single target curse characters. Joker can do that one attack. It's going to be a little bit awkward until the nose, because once the nose is dead, he still can't really use AoE. So he's a little bit weird. So you might want to focus on killing both of the eyes first. As far as like light, there's just like, what are you going to use? Yuki Marion? Like, yeah, you could use Marion to attack the nose, I suppose. It's probably reasonable. But you know, the single target damage dealers like Windboy, Yui, you know, in a sense, it just kind of, the nose could be a little awkward. But Sumi works perfect for this fight. And yeah, that is my guide for this boss fight. Hopefully it would make sense to you. I could do level 30, but it's honestly just not relevant for most people. Like, it does like cause it so the enemy heals every single turn. Shorten the revival cooldown time for all of his parts. So he does revive every single turn, pretty much always. So he's just reviving a lot faster. But it's not that much harder. I would just keep tanking up and you'll make it through it. He doesn't get stronger over the course of the fight, right? He does get weaker, so work on that. Anyway, that's all. And then once you do that, the auto farming will be easy as cake. Why do you auto farm? In case you're gonna ask, go to the gallery auction, clear this out. This is still here for 22 days, so it's not an SOS, but it is something that is probably worth investing a little bit of juice into, especially like, even these are good value. You get a lot of these for not too much money. Anyway, guys, much love per platypus per platypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!